It's been some time since I've taken a Marvel-inspired team and tried to create them using DC characters. Today we're going to be looking at Marvel's Defenders, and the Defenders has been a group over time that even I know has changed members almost constantly. The original Defenders, which consisted of Hulk, Namor, Doctor Strange, and eventually Silver Surfer, does not look anywhere near what the Defenders look like today, at least from what I know them to be. And mainly that is Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones. However, what I do know about the Defenders is they are street-level heroes. Those original Defenders are anything but street-level tier characters. So I understand that DC has maybe teams that are somewhat similar. You could say the Titans have a similarity. The Outsiders have a similarity in which Batman led them at one point in time, and even Batman can be a little bit of a street level hero himself, but he's really propelled himself over the years. And then I would say potentially the closest team, if not literally almost the same team to the Defenders in DC, would be the Birds of Prey. So what I'm going to do here is these teams will be solidified to one city. These street level heroes, even though there will be some heroes in these teams who are quite powerful, but characters who are more so interested in helping the little people, keeping the streets safe, not needing to necessarily worry about outside planetary forces. They're just worried about what is going on in their own city. So I created 4 teams. Each team has 4 members, and I'm going to save my personal favorite until the end of the video. So the first team I created is Green Arrow, Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, Atom, Ray Palmer, and Booster Gold. When I imagine this team, I just imagine 4 guys who are all best friends. They've all been best friends for a while, and they all decided, let's just start our own little team up where we solve problems within our city. I feel like all 4 of these guys could really get along with one another. This is also a rich boy squad. 75% of the characters in this team all own their own company. Booster Gold is the odd man out, but he still comes from the future. He's got rich technology to share with the rest of them, and in all honesty, who isn't getting along with Booster Gold? I don't necessarily know if there is a leader part of this team. Perhaps if it is a particular mission or a particular situation going on that maybe Oliver Queen has more right to lead the team, or maybe Ray Palmer has more reasons to lead the team. I think they could all share ownership of being the leader of the squad. They all have something to offer too. Ted Kord is supplying the vehicles and the equipment. Ray Palmer supplying the sciences. Green Arrow is supplying the fighting skills, and Booster Gold is supplying the strength. This is a team I would really be interested in seeing what they could do for even a limited comic book run. For the next team, I have Constantine, Kyle Rayner, Metamorpho, and Power Girl. This team definitely seems a little more powerful than your regular street tier heroes, but I do think that these are 4 characters who would be interested in just dedicating all their time into keeping one city safe. Constantine kind of brings that original Doctor Strange feel to the team. Kyle Rayner, I wanted to throw in here because I think he deserves a little bit more love. For some reason, it always kind of felt like he was the one Green Lantern who was always disregarded, wasn't used as much, is kind of disrespected in a lot of ways. Hal and John have become very universal, very galactic. Kyle, I think it would actually be really interesting to see him just dedicate his time to Earth and this particular city. You know, at one point too, Metamorpho having the powers he has and even the appearance, he really regretted it. He did not want this, but now having these abilities, why not do good with it? With Power Girl, it's almost her way of giving back to Earth 1 since she's not from here and she chooses not to return to Earth 2. She wants to be able to stay here and prove her worth to these people and show these people that she's here to stay and she's here to do good. Also, we've talked about before in other videos, Power Girl can be a little lower in strength and power, considering Earth 2's power level is lower than the Prime Earth. So even though she's still crazy powerful, she's still a member of the Superman family, you can maybe just get away with this idea that yes, they're supposed to be street level characters, but she's on a little bit lower of a power spectrum. Really doesn't matter, but that's the kind of excuse I used for myself. I think there's a good reason to suggest that Constantine would be the leader of this group, and I think you have a lot of different skill sets in here. You have the magic in Constantine, you have the universal power from a Green Lantern, you have a Superman family member in here in Power Girl, and you have Metamorpho, who is capable of doing many different things with his body. This may honestly be the most powerful team I made of these 4 teams, and I do think is a lot more suited to being the original Defenders from when they were first created, instead of being that street level tier heroes, although their purpose still stands, being centered in one city and protecting it at all costs. Next up for Team 3, I have Red Hood, Mary Marvel, Donna Troy, and Deadman. This is a team of people who I think have very different mindsets and personalities. They're a group of people that I don't think many people would ever think to put them together, but that's what makes it interesting for me. We have seen in history of comic books so many characters join teams together, become a squad, fight with one another. But I always appreciate when teams try to do something completely brand new and put together characters that you would never think would be together. Red Hood brings that street tier presence and also a redemption arc to the character. I came back as an anti-villain. I would now like to change my ways and become an anti-hero or some sort of hero. Let me join this group and show them I truly want to help the little people. Jason was once those little people, homeless, nowhere to go, had no one in his life. Let's make their lives better. Donna Troy, who I think would be the leader of this group, does tend to be a very independent person. And she's also the type of character that when she wants to do something, she will carry it out and see it through with pure determination. You need that in a person as a leader, and she would be the perfect leader for this team, and would also have the determination to help a city keep it protected within a squad like the Defenders. Mary Marvel, I think, is another really good fit here because this is her way of branching out of the Shazam family, and even though she'll always be part of that family can always come back together and be a force to be reckoned with. Shazam joins the Justice League or the Justice Society sometimes. Mary Marvel should be able to go off and join other groups as well, being the Defenders. I think Mary Marvel is the type of character to want to say, this is our city, and if you're gonna try and fight us for it, we're gonna fight back. Deadman also bringing that magical presence to the team, but also his skills, being able to take over people's bodies, almost be unseen if he chooses so, could be very beneficial for this team. However, being a little bit of an alcoholic in his past, not really having the best past in general, and then coming back as Deadman, hating the situation he finds himself in. And you got to really think about it. If someone saw Deadman with their own 2 eyes, that is some ghost type shit right there. That is some paranormal activity. People would be freaked out and scared of them. This would be Deadman's way of almost proving to people, I'm not bad. I'm good. I'm here to help you. Being part of the Defenders does not just help Deadman be able to say, I'm good, it also helps him be around certain people who also have their own struggles, in which maybe he could help them with, but they could help him with his struggles. It almost becomes like a small little family vibe. All right, guys, now the last team, which on this list is originally team number 1, but I saved it for the end because it's my personal favorite team. That would consist of Steel, Nightwing, Zatanna, and Black Lightning. When I think of a comic book cover of a new series beginning, when I think of a first official photo of a TV show or a movie, if I think of a perfectly crafted painting by Alex Ross, I picture this team as DC's Defenders perfectly. I don't know why. I just feel it. Not only are these 4 people who I think could get along perfectly, and not only that, they would be able to work as a team perfectly, these are 4 people who would be 150,000% dedicated to the city they're trying to protect. Strategy-wise, working as a team, being tactical, these 4 people together is almost unfair. I really do not know who would be getting around this team. I think on the battlefield, they're all intelligent on how they approach their enemies and how they'll stop them. I mean, Nightwing trained by Batman. In that type of instance, how many people are going to beat someone like that? Steel is bringing the strength and the brute force power. Nightwing is bringing the battlefield intelligence and the combat skills. Everything that Batman could bring to the field, Nightwing will. Maybe not as good as Batman, but a damn close second. Zatanna is bringing in the magic and also the idea that if there are people they come across that they maybe haven't heard of or don't necessarily know how to beat, Zatanna will surely have answers. Black Lightning, who also was part of the Outsiders at one point, but he's bringing the flair. You know, if you get this guy going, there's not many people who's going to be able to stop him in the moment. I think potentially all 4 of these characters could be leaders. I think there's an argument to make that all of them would be well suited. I personally think I would go with Nightwing. Very often, I like to think that the characters with no superpowers can actually be some of the best leaders because they usually know how to distribute everybody's skills. Nightwing, being Robin, would have experience leading a team like this with the Teen Titans. And I'm going to repeat it again, it does not hurt that he was trained by Batman. So there you go, everyone. Those are 4 teams I crafted for a DC's version of the Defenders. There are so many characters that you could use, that you could swap or mix match, or just make these teams look different in many other ways. Because of that, leave in the comments below who your Defenders team would look like. But that is it for this video, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it. Maybe leave some other potential teams I could do this for. But until next time, I will talk to you all very soon.